Go ahead.
All right, I'm Adam Loomis. I'll be playing the character Ellie Miss. She is a professor of anthropology at PU, and she is 32 years old, and I'm excited just to get going.
Oh, it's me.
It's you. Go ahead.
I'm Matthew Loomis, and I'll be playing the character of Jefferson S. Ship, whose occupation is a counterfeiter or a forger, like fake IDs, that type of thing. I don't really know. This is my first game, so I'm just excited for the new experience. I'm not really sure what's going to happen, so yeah.
Alright, I'm Andy. I'll be playing the character of Wilhelm Schoenwetter, who is totally Dutch.
You can see why we thought he was German.
He's not German or Austrian. And he is a meteorologist, and today there is a 30% chance of rain.
Fantastic.
I'm Sean Pagels, and I am playing Harriet Oslo, who is a Boston socialite, and pretty much her income comes from the will of her dad. So at least we're set.
Excellent.
I play Richard Dick Schmee. He's a private investigator, also known as a Dick. He went to STFU College. He was born in LA. He's about 45, and he might have a slight major alcohol problem.
My name's Cameron Partlow. I'm playing the esteemed archaeologist Colette Blue. She got her degree also at STFU. And I'm excited to get going.
And I'm Daniel. I'll be keeping this, and this is all just mostly for my own reference, but thank you all for being so formal. Okay, so...
You're welcome, Daniel. Is that like your chant? STFU.
For some reason, we started every time the other team starts their chant.
What's that sound? SGFU.
Awesome.
All right, so... yeah, well, last you heard... what is your name? Harriet received a telegram from Jackson Elias, who you'll remember from the last session was the guy that you guys went and rescued and whatnot in Mexico. So, why don't we start with that? Yeah, why don't we try to figure out how you guys are meeting up, or did you guys decide where you were going to meet?
I've rented rooms at the Plaza in New York. Unfortunately, I didn't think to say that in the letter.
So let me get this. So presently, our quest consists of finding Harriet and figuring out what's going
We
on.
can say that you guys inquired
I've
about...
got an apartment in Manhattan.
Okay.
We decided to call her.
I'm in the directory.
I met a lady on the way there, and she apparently had an apartment in New York.
The room is unnecessary.
I just called and said, "Hey, I thought we were supposed to meet. Where are we meeting?"
I started knocking on doors until I found her.
New York's a small place.
Exactly. It only took me about 3 or 4 months.
You didn't even say New York City. I just started in Queens and worked my way down.
All right, so should we assume that you guys all met up at the... Where did you say?
Speakeasy. What?
At the
My favorite
Plaza.
speakeasy.
The Plaza Hotel?
We could stop by the Stork Club or the Cod Club.
Yeah,
Or we
whatever
can
you
set
guys
up our own
want.
stand. I did bring the gin. I figure that's my task in this trip. I started making my own. It was much more financially.
You became a moonshiner in our... This is the...
Yeah, can we drop by west of the Mason-Dixon line? I need to drop something off.
Should erase some.
That's my other job.
Oh, and is Jefferson, is he going to be a friend of Ellie Mist's?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really worked that out yet.
I kind of thought that Jefferson would be kind of an associate of Jackson as well.
Sure, okay.
And I don't know.
Yeah, we can
maybe
say
he
that
also got.
yeah.
Jackson put him in contact with Harriet. Can we
So
say?
Jefferson, you were an old friend of Jackson Elias's.
Sweet.
Who was he's an author. He writes mostly on death cults and mostly debunking them. He goes around the world, does investigative reporting, makes books, sells them. Not very. I mean, he's not super well known, but the books that he does sell sells very well to a small group of people. I think that was on the website, but anyway, he's your friend, and they can explain kind of more.
He put you in contact with us. We'll say, I guess.
You received a telegram from him. It's from the Worldwide Telegraph Service, Hudson Terminal, 30 Church Street, New York. The telegram said, "Have information concerning Carlisle expedition. Stop. Need reliable investigative team. Stop. Arrive January 15. Stop. Signed, Jackson Elias." This is the same sort of telegram that Harriet also received. We'll say you guys kind of linked up and trying to piece together a team that worked together a few years ago in Mexico.
Work together? I did all the work. I shot like 12 people.
I got kidnapped for that expedition.
Including, did you actually shoot the guy after you took his gun?
No, I paid him. He got rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty happy.
The guy you snuck into his house late at night?
The guy you chased home, yeah.
I didn't chase him home.
You followed him creepily.
I did hum a little bit. Stuck in the middle with you. It's not even written.
Because that song was out.
It's like Bioshock Infinite. It's in a rift in space time.
I'm wearing my leopard vest still, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, are you still wearing the leopard vest?
Leopard. Forgot about that.
Are you still wearing the remains of your sailor suit as well?
A leopard, not a leper.
No.
The leopard vest?
The leopard vest. That was from a different expedition.
Never again.
The leopard had it coming, though. Let me tell you.
He couldn't even feel it.
Beat him just with his own arm.
All right, so you guys are at the Chelsea Hotel or still
I thought we were at the Plaza Hotel.
Plaza? Sorry.
Jeez,
One of those.
get your New York hotels right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do it,
It's like 3 blocks away. Tried to park parking spot in New York. Are you kidding me?
We'll take a cab. We're not gonna.
You can take a cab. I got a big thing of gin in my trunk.
You're the only one
So
with
do the cabs.
the sort of.
True.
Okay,
Right.
so
Okay.
it is January 15th right now. Harriet's phone in her hotel room at the Plaza begins to ring.
Hello.
Hello, Harriet. This is Jackson.
It's been quite a long time since we've heard from you.
Yeah, look, I that's great. I need you to bring the guys, bring everyone else. Meet me in room 410 at 8 p.m. at the Chelsea Hotel.
All right, I'll let everyone know.
Okay, great. Thank you. Gotta go. Bye. And the phone goes dead.
Who was it?
It was Jack. We should. He wants us to meet at 4:10. So I think we have time for a light lunch if anyone's really hungry.
Okay.
But if not, we can.
We'll say it's midday. Yeah. We're on noon.
So if not, we can grab a couple of cabs and head over.
Head over there early. All right.
Because he sounded very rushed. So.
He sounded rushed and we're meeting him in 4 hours?
When has he not sounded rushed, anyway?
Oh, Jackson.
You will notice that those of you that do know him, that he did sound more anxious than usual. He's normally pretty easygoing. Even when you rescued him from the jail in Mexico, he was kind of cocky about the whole thing, regardless of having been in prison for months.
Okay, fine. Let's go visit Jackson.
But we...
So you guys are gonna head over at like noon, or are you gonna wait till 8?
I don't know. I mean, we have 4 hours to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the entire city of New York. For those of
We
us.
can't
who-
just say
we know
you're
that-
gonna be there at 8.
What?
Whatever. We can just say, okay, now it's 8 o'clock.
Okay, it's
Well,
8 o'clock.
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, how are y'all gonna get over there?
Let's go down and hail a couple of cabs. Say
Okay.
go to the Chelsea. Tip the.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're good. So.
All right, you guys are at the Chelsea.
Hooray.
Okay. So walk inside, look around, don't see him. So go up to the front desk.
Okay.
And we are looking for Jackson Elias's room. We're guests. He has wanted to meet us at 410.
Oh, very well. What was your name?
Harriet Oslo.
Yes, okay, very good. He said that you could go right up. He's in room 410.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
So we ascend the staircase. Because elevators are death traps at this point.
1920 is not too bad.
I'll take my chances.
Yeah.
Roll.
Roll your luck.
Okay, so
So,
you
head up.
are... We'll say you're in the hallway to...
Yeah, walking up towards the room.
Okay.
So, walking up. Yeah.
Knock on the door. Jackson, are you in there?
There is no answer.
Dick, this looks like a job for...
You got
You.
any of your lockpicking skills?
who has
Lock-
lockpicking, actually?
Let's
Someone
see.
does have lockpicking.
Matt has
I
lock.
have lock.
I mean,
Well, first I just try and open the door.
okay.
Is it locked?
It's locked, yeah.
Okay, let's check the oven.
Okay.
I can pull out my 38.
That might get some people in.
Oh, I do have locksmithing. I take it back.
I remember you used it at
Me
least
too.
once.
You have lockpicking or
I do.
locksmithing?
Locksmithing is there.
What's yours? Well, no. I was just curious.
75.
Oh, wow, yours is way better.
Yeah.
If he's not answering, just go for
Might as well
it.
take a crack at it.
There's like 5 of us.
I'll pull out my gun and like look down the hallway.
You don't even do
Why?
that. We just all
And I'm
stand
just sitting going,
So you roll 75 or lower and you have success.
That's 85.
85.
Okay, yeah, so does anyone else want to
You broke
give
your
it a
luck.
shot? Or
well, why don't I
I
just
can
go
do it.
down
You
and
needed
ask?
the,
We
you needed
found
the skeleton key.
housekeeper.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot real quick. 48? No, I didn't make it. No, 84. Way over.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's find a housekeeper.
Go find out. I can still shoot it. I already got the gun out. I also brought my
You
own.
can shoot it. Someone will call the police and they will come.
Yeah.
I got my badge. Yeah, it's not valid.
We could just try and kick the door down.
Yeah, that's
That might
the
be
But I
better
can
than
say I'm
shooting
with
it.
the LA police.
L.A. and New York.
Hey! I think that's the plan as they're going along.
LAPD!
It's up to you. You guys
Why don't
can
we just go
find a
down
housekeeper.
Why
or
don't
the
we-
concierge? Or the concierge. They knew that
Why don't
he
we
was
k-
expected to meet us. If there's no answer, maybe we can just get someone.
To open the door.
Why not? Okay.
It's up to you guys. If you did want to break it down, I'd allow 2 of you to try it at the same time. But if you think there's a better way to do it, that's fine too.
Well, let's try and not cause destruction of property first.
Yeah.
So if we have to, we'll resort to that. But right now, let's
Yeah.
go to send somebody
We'll
down to
go
the desk
Find the concierge.
and see if they are willing to let us in.
Yeah. So go down there, spot whoever, and go. Excuse me, sir.
Yes. How can I help you?
We were supposed to meet our friend Jackson Elias up in his room, but we're getting no response. Do you by any chance happen to know if he's stepped out? He was quite insistent this morning that we meet him.
I'm sorry. No. As far as I know, he has been in his room for the last hour or 2.
Do you know if he left any messages for anything? Because he seemed quite insistent that we meet this morning, and we're a little concerned.
Other than saying that he was expecting you, he left no other messages. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Is there any way we could, possibly accompanied by you or another employee, check his room to make sure everything is okay?
Is there a problem? Are you?
We're
thinking-
just concerned that he was very insistent and then there's no response.
Well, you must understand we have to protect the privacy of our guests.
And I think the lock might be broken. I don't know.
Anyone got fast talk?
We could try roll
You
for
do?
persuade. I only have like 15 though. I don't
Yeah,
have
but persuades over time. You gotta do fast talk for something
any.
quick.
Fast talk. Where
At
is
least that was my understanding from the
No,
rules.
I know.
You
I
know?
have persuade.
Yeah, I
I
do
got
too.
15%.
I got 5 in fast talk. It'd be a
You got
couple
15?
of
That's higher than me.
I've got 5 as well.
5.
I'll roll it. Wow,
Why
I'll give it
not
a
that?
shot. Oh, no.
How'd it go?
98.
Keep it.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to please step away, or I will have to call the police.
Can we knock him out and steal his
Very
keys?
well.
Okay.
I guess
Is that
we'll
just
have
him,
to
or are
wait
we
for-
all expected to leave at this point?
I heard somebody say knock him out.
No.
Knock
I
the
say-
concierge out.
Yeah, can we knock him out and just take his keys?
I think
you
at this
could.
point-
Middle of
It's,
the lobby?
Yeah.
it's in the middle
Yes.
of the lobby in the Chelsea Hotel. There are people starting to sort of look over and see what the commotion is about.
So,
We will
Fine,
go
we
up
will
and try to see if we can rouse him. Perhaps he's
Yeah,
sleeping.
maybe we'll knock a little
Yeah,
louder this time.
can you put in a phone call? I mean, if he's expecting us, surely you can ring his
the
room.
He could. He's not going to let Dick do it though because you failed your fast talk so bad.
Well, I know. I'm saying.
Well,
you
in
know,
that case, would you mind giving his room a ring? We just want to make sure that our friend is all right.
Oh,
He was
certainly,
very
certainly.
insistent that we.
So he calls up to the room and there's no answer.
Okay.
No, okay.
if I gave you a bunch of money, would you just let us go in there?
Should have started with.
A bunch of Harriet's money, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter whose money it is. It's just dirty money.
Rich hair, sorry.
I know.
And I understand
I know. I
that.
apologize.
I looked through my log, and it looks like you guys are running low on gin that you have off the books, but apparently you guys didn't get your last delivery.
He is now picking up the phone and asking the
Slowly
operator for the local
start-
Okay,
police.
you can tell your chef that you're not going to get your gin. Let's talk to you later.
Very good.
Well, that went well.
Speaking of which, I got to talk to the chef. I got to sell this gin.
Okay. So at this point, is just Dick expected to leave, or are we all expected to leave?
He doesn't necessarily want you to leave. He's just done dealing with this
Okay.
particular issue with you.
All right, fine. Let's
I mean,
go back
with
up to the
Dick
room.
specifically. He doesn't want to deal.
All right, let's go and
With
knock on the
that.
door a
Let's
little louder.
let's go
this time.
knock on the door pretty loudly and then kick it in. I mean, we all know nothing's gonna happen no matter how loud we knock. So
I'll
let's
just
just.
stay with the concierge.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So the biggest guy who'd have the best time knocking on the door.
I mean, yeah, that's the other thing.
All right then.
We
Actually,
didn't give you a gun.
we should go talk to the chef.
That's all right.
Would you like to go talk to the chef?
Yeah.
All right. So Dick's going to talk to the chef. Is there anyone else that would like to go with him?
I'm gonna go back up to the room.
As am I.
Seconded.
Okay. So Dick's
chef.
going to the chef. Okay, we'll start with that.
Hey, Charlie, I got your gin shipment.
Charlie, who's Charlie?
You are.
What are you doing? You're not supposed to be back here.
Yeah, I know. It's a little early, but my friends got here because they thought 4 o'clock was a good time. Shut up.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, sir.
Charlie.
You do notice 2 police officers walk in, like through the little the window in the door that they've got.
Hey, Big Rob, how are you guys doing?
They saunter on over to you.
How you doing, Mick?
They said, "Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave the premises. There's been multiple complaints."
Fair enough. But you guys are missing out.
Very well. I'm afraid you're gonna have to leave. Otherwise, you're gonna have to come with us downtown.
Gonna show me the city.
Never seen downtown New York before.
So
What are
they
the charges
are
going to be?
disturbing the peace.
But
and,
I'm not in public.
I'm sorry. You're on private.
Trespassing.
You're on private property.
The
They are now forcibly attempting to forcibly
Hmm.
escort you off the property.
Fine. But you're not getting... Guess what? Your shipments aren't going to come in for months.
They kind of shrug and turn around and go to check in with the concierge, who looks quite shaken. Okay, so you're outside. It is January, so it's snowing in New York.
Whatever, I'm going to call my friend.
You've got plenty of libation to keep you warm. Okay, so the rest of you... actually, yeah. Well, hold on that. That's interesting. Okay, so the rest of you are
Do you think you could scale the building?
at the window.
I can. I have climbed.
You should climb to his
20
window.
stories up.
He's
There are fire
room
escapes.
410. He's
There
4
are
floors
fire
up.
escapes on the
He's
outside
4
of the
floors
building.
up. We can make it. You can make it, Dick.
Okay, anyone here left fairly strong or big? Because we're gonna have to. So if we need to force the door,
I'm actually pretty big.
My
for
size
a-
is 15.
Mine's 16.
Okay, we're pretty
I'm
big.
9.
We're some large ladies over here.
I bounce off the doors, so.
Okay.
I mean, we could try that.
Not that it matters, but my size is 15.
Um,
I'm really
Where's
upset I didn't
that?
get to sell my gin. Charlie's always...
so what is it? Size 16 and 15?
I don't know.
Was it?
You guys, who's doing it? Which two?
I guess
Booster credit.
Cameron and I, because we seem to be the largest of the party.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's
so what are
your
your
strength?
My
yeah, what are your
strength.
strengths combined?
Strength is 11.
Mine's 14. Is there anyone that's
I've
stronger?
got 12, but I've only got a body of 9, so I don't know.
I've got
How
It's
those-
12, though. It should work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna do straight strength.
on strength,
so
not
two-
size.
strength.
Okay, so I'm only 11 on strength.
So what do we roll for this?
So 2 of you can. Which 2 are going?
Cameron's
Who has-
14, so it's got to be the
14
one.
Yeah.
and 12,
Okay.
I guess.
So
Okay.
combine that.
What's your body?
13.
So you are bigger. Why don't you? I
It's
thought-
just strength though. We're not
Oh,
doing,
it is?
we're not doing
Okay.
size.
Yeah,
just
just
strength.
strength. So
Okay,
what
what
are
the
your
heck, I'm
strengths
top.
combined? And then roll.
14 plus 12. 26.
26.
There's a lot of people strength 12.
Yeah, just slightly above average, but nothing major. But I think for a body of 9, that's actually.
I have an
pretty
intellect of 18. Suck it all down, fellas.
Okay, so someone make a percentage roll.
48.
48. Okay. Yeah, the door flies open. All the lights are off. You do notice the window is open.
So you totally could have got into your fire
And-
escape.
You see someone's head kind of go below the fire escape.
I take out my gun.
I start chasing down the fire escape.
Okay, so you're on the fire escape.
Yeah, I chase out the window.
So you immediately.
I'm running
just
after
run
I'm running
around
after
fire
whoever it
escape.
was
Okay.
that was looking away.
All right.
I'll follow behind her.
Okay.
What's your size again?
15.
Not that it matters compared to the story, but I start stuffing little pieces of cotton to the top of my
Which side of the building are you on? Are you going to be on the same
I think
side as
so,
them?
yeah.
Okay. You notice that there is a black car with its engine running sort of below where there's a commotion going on upstairs. That sounds like. So who else on the fire escape right now?
Him.
The three of
Oh,
us.
yeah.
And I
Oh,
followed,
Harriet, Ellie, and the mysterious person.
and I followed behind.
Oh,
my
and-
Oh,
gun.
and also
Assumes
Colette.
room.
What are your
still
sizes?
not on the
again?
fire escape.
I'm size 15, so I'm pretty large for a
I'm
lady.
holding a Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
And your size?
My size 9.
What?
Your size 9. Okay.
No,
I did explain
And
that I
then
was shoving
I
the
was
cotton
saying,
to the top
roll.
of
I
them.
was gonna roll up.
I was
I don't
looking
know
for
if
another
would a
reason.
spot even work just to notice any details of the
Lydia.
person or like that, or would that matter?
Well, what you can see is that he's got dark skin. He's wearing a sort of weird, almost ceremonial headband, you might think. As soon as all three of you are on the fire escape, it starts to come away from the wall. It's very weak.
I'm glad I stayed
And you
up.
guys are falling. So, and Dick sees this because he's on the same side as the building.
Holding my Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, he's got a Molotov cocktail. He looks up, he looks up and sees this fire
I stop
escape.
and start trying to go see if I can get back up to the.
Yeah,
You're
do you
falling
have
though.
a... What's your jump? Do you have a jump?
Yeah,
What's
34.
my jump?
Roll your jump. I'll let you have it if you can make it.
No, don't even come close.
Okay, so it's falling.
He's now jumped off the fire escape.
It's only 4
Yeah.
stories.
So
Okay.
instead of slowly
So wait,
falling,
what
you're now
did he just roll
falling
for?
in
To jump
advanced
back
rate.
into the
to
building?
jump back into the building. And he
Okay.
was above you, so you're a little bit...
Okay, so
Lower.
yeah, my jump's
Um,
not as good.
I'll let you each roll
I would
another
just try
jump.
to ride it.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna... This is... You're falling, and this
It's
jump is to sort of
dexterity.
avoid excess damage that you might take when falling.
Okay. Come on, under 25. I rolled a 3.
Roll a 3, okay.
28,
28 out of...
34.
Did you already
34?
jump once?
Yeah.
That was him
That was
attempting
to
to...
get
No,
Oh.
that was trying to get back in, and this is
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, well, so then
What
each
is
of
this,
you roll...
This is a Titanfall.
That was pretty good. So you guys can each roll a D... roll a D4,
For
and
damage?
you take that amount of damage. That's pretty good.
Already damage.
You're always getting
2
hurt.
You
damage.
just haven't been taken prisoner.
1.
Yeah.
At least you haven't been drugged.
So yeah, Dick sees the whole staircase go and sort of falls. The guy that was on the fire escape that sort of was hurrying down, he's fallen too. He looks like he's sort of limping into the car.
Am I too dazed to give chase?
You can chase it. Yes.
Okay, I keep chasing. I pull out my gun and say stop.
Do you have run? Is that a skill? I don't
Run
know.
is a skill.
Well, you have track, they call it.
I light my Molotov cocktail and throw it at the car.
Apparently, that's
Throw
sort
it
of
in the
the
car.
track.
Okay, what's your throw?
Don't hit Adam.
Don't hit me, please.
25.
I don't want to get blown up
25?
twice.
Go ahead and roll that.
Oh, 75.
75. Okay, yeah, you throw it and it misses by a good 6 feet and sort of lights up, and
Hits a cop.
they sort of take off. Their friends sort of hanging on and they're pulling him into the car. Adam, would you like to roll run to see if you can try to
Catch up with the
Do you want to
car?
grab onto him or?
Yeah, absolutely. Where's my run?
He's just trying to shoot the tire.
I start getting up and slowly
My-
moving
yeah.
away from this now chaotic scene.
Yeah, Yeah, I get in my car too. I think it's time to leave.
Yeah.
I don't see him running.
I have to
anyway.
say, I didn't anticipate this happening. So we'll throw those index cards away.
I don't see run on here to roll for
So
it.
much for preparation.
It's track.
Is it track?
Well,
Okay.
track would be if you're following it. This is if
Like
he's
trying to
trying
chase? Is
to
there-
grab onto the guy.
But I think track isn't it more like track and field in this case, not as in
Maybe.
tracking.
I assumed that it was
Yeah,
tracking.
I think
I
it's
assume
tracking.
tracking
okay,
as
yeah,
well.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll track then.
Okay, where's the track? Oh.
Now that I said that.
Should at least be 10% under our throw.
Yeah, okay, it's 10%. Let's roll. I rolled a 3 last time. Let's see what happens.
You could sprain your ankle.
63.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he
I'm gonna hurt myself, aren't I?
he trips and falls.
2
into
more
the
hit
fire.
points.
you're trying to get up, but it's slick because there's snow and ice on the
And
ground.
I'm kind of dazed from falling off a building.
And yeah,
Which I
you're
get
a little
hit points
dazed.
Okay.
Where's everyone else at?
I'm still in the
Up in
room.
the room.
You guys are up in the room? Okay,
Watching you.
we'll go back to you guys.
I get in my car and leave, by the way.
Okay,
Are
so
you not
get
gonna
in your
follow
car.
them?
No.
Okay.
I just threw a Molotov cocktail in broad daylight.
That's happened.
That's a thing that just happened.
So who's in the room right now? Okay, so you guys look around. The room's a mess. You guys can hear this. You'll hear about it later. Your attack got away. That was supposed to be the big ambush, but it took you guys so long to get into the room. But okay, so you.
Speaking of which, I'm on my way to Charlie's house
Okay, you're on your way to Charlie's house.
with another Molotov cocktail.
You look over on the bed is. Well, I guess most people escape the sanity roll
People
for this
pay
because they're
me.
not in there. But you find Jackson Elias. He looks a little off. His intestines are strewn across the room. His rib cage is out. He's not looking so good.
You might say he's looking kind of
He's
dead.
pretty dead. Yeah.
Oh, Jackson.
Poor Jackson.
Let me see what the sanity roll is for that.
What do you guys say we just head to Rio then? Since all the people are packed up.
I still have my gun drawn.
You probably should put it away. Says a ghost that you can barely hear. There's a
voice-
dead man and you don't want to be the one with the gun.
The voice of Dick
I
Schmidt
obviously
calls
didn't
across
shoot
the
his
city.
intestines out.
Never be the guy holding the gun in the middle of a hotel room where there's a dead person.
All right, so everyone
I
that
have to
sees
agree.
him, make a sanity
Been
roll.
that guy.
Sandy,
Which die is that?
which die is?
So that would be just a D100, and you have to
Yeah,
try to. So yeah,
Yeah,
the
you have
2
to beat
percentile
under.
dice, and then try to score under what your.
Isn't
Sanity
it?
is.
Your san- where is your
It's right
sanity?
here. You got 55.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
I lose sanity again.
Oh.
80.
That
Insane Dutchman.
I lived through the First World War. It's a great war.
Everyone did. This is 1925. I'm 45 years old. Who didn't?
I am suffering.
I can't even talk to you right now.
Did you lose
But I was
sanity?
20 years old and I was in the trench.
How to determine how much?
How much? How do you determine how much sanity you lose?
I'm trying to find that out right
Mostly in
now.
Severe.
Who all failed? Did everyone fail?
Survived it.
You two? Okay.
Failed. I failed.
All 3 of them failed. Wow, that sucks.
Where is that? Alright, just roll a D4. I can't find it. Roll a D4.
He turned me into the
3.
cops. We had an arrangement.
3, okay.
What are we rolling?
You have to roll your sanity.
Roll.
deduction.
Yeah, roll D4.
So you guys
for
are in the
sanity.
room, and the room's a mess. Your buddy's dead. On his forehead is they've carved this into his forehead. You guys can hang on to that if you want. It seems to be a symbol or rune of some type.
Some sort of ASCII.
Do you guys want to do anything else while you're in the room?
Can you do like a spot
I'm
hidden
going
check?
to do
Yeah,
a
do
spot hidden.
well, I'll let you. I mean, you can look around. Is there anything specifically you want to search or look?
That's it.
What to look
There's like a
for.
suitcase on the ground. Otherwise, there's all the wardrobe and stuff. It's all just sort of askew.
So closet or anything?
No,
Should
not
go
either.
through the suitcase.
There's sort of like
Hey,
an
I
extended
just found a
wardrobe, but all the
suitcase
clothes
and
are out of
You
it.
just take the
Yeah.
action. Good call. Of course,
I'll put all anything you find here
most
for
people
now.
should be distracted by the fire and the commotion on the street, so you should be able to do whatever you want in the room.
It's true. Speaking of which, I start to slink away into an alley.
Yeah.
Like I'm escaping this situation.
I've
There
found
were
a
cops.
cabin.
No, close by. You might find yourself arrested very soon.
It was horrible. A crazy man threw a Molotov. I was.
That Dick Schmee.
What are you talking
Charlie.
about? I'm on my way to Charlie's house.
I have to go home.
I was at Charlie's the whole time.
I made a terrible mistake.
Okay, anything specific you wanna look at, or
Well, do you think maybe we should call the police and report the fact that he's dead before they just come and find us with the dead body?
They're just downstairs. You can just go talk to them.
That's true.
are you going to search the body?
I would search his pockets, see if there's any loose change.
That's what you do when somebody's fully dead. We all know that's the first step.
Very well. One of you go and get the police because they know we were asking about him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because somebody was
we'll
talking.
be
Okay.
immediate suspects. So someone should go down. I will search.
You're searching his body.
Search the body.
You can just have it.
Oh,
These are in his pockets.
I'll start walking down to the front office.
Okay, so you walk down to the front office.
So you grab the suitcase.
Hey, is there any police around?
There was
Do you wanna
two
say that louder?
officers that just left. They escorted a rather rambunctious gentleman from our kitchen.
Well, could you get the police on the line, please?
Certainly. Is there a problem?
Yeah, sir. We found our friend Jackson Elias in room 410, and he is dead.
Oh,
Oh,
more
good
pause.
He's dead.
He
Yes,
is.
of course. I'll get the police on the phone right away.
All right, thank
So
you.
he does. He calls the police. They show up, check out the scene, ask you some questions. Like, so what were you guys? What were you doing there? What is your relation with Mr. Elias?
Well, Jackson Elias is an old friend of ours,
yourself
and
scarce,
we've been on some adventures with him. He likes to kind of go around and investigate certain cults and things to write his books.
Cool. So certainly looks like they caught up with him.
Yeah, it looks like he's
I
little
thought they were
dead.
from Baltimore.
So we were,
I hate football jokes.
you know, he asked us to come visit him, and then when he didn't answer the door, when he sounded on the phone, he sounded like he was really scared. So we just tried to knock the door down, and then we came in and saw him, and he was like this.
All right. Did either of you two have anything to add to the report?
No.
All right. Well, very well. Thank you. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you for alerting us to this. We will get back to you. Don't leave town in a hurry.
In a hurry? Leave town in a hurry. That's what I heard. Not that I'm actually hearing it. That's what they're going to tell me.
All right. So, what did you guys
My
find in the
English is not so
pockets? Exactly.
Hmm?
What were the things that you found in the pocket? In his
Found a
pockets?
card for Emerson Imports here in New York, and another for the Stumbling Tiger Bar. Also.
Stumbling tiger.
I guess we'll go to the Stumbling Tiger Bar.
Did anyone grab the suitcase?
Matt grabbed the suitcase. I don't know if you heard that. Jefferson, rather, grabbed the suitcase.
Oh, grab the suitcase.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's mostly just clothes.
And the ruse.
Yeah, underoos.
Especially the Superman one.
Yeah, that's all you. There's not much in the suitcase.
So you just stole his clothes.
It's just
It's not
Got to
just
swing
you
you out
he's
there.
dead.
he was a sharp dresser.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Find
Exactly.
yourself a pith helmet to wear.
Cool.
Yeah, pith helmets are cool.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
I'd rock a pith helmet.
Well, who wouldn't?
Add that to your inventory.
I totally would. It'd go great with the leopard vest.
Are you still wearing
It stopped dripping blood, halfway home from Mexico.
Well, we can certainly make it to Emerson Imports. before
By the way,
we
I've already visited Charlie's house, and I'm on my way back to our original
Also,
hotel.
Okay.
I'm only
alright.
talking to these two. 'Cause you
What I
guys
did
have
at Charlie's
disappeared.
house,
Well,
When I did at Charlie's house, I'm leaving. unknown. You might read about it in the paper
I'm
tomorrow.
back in the plaza.
But I'm down a little bit of gin.
Done at least a bottle from the Molotov. Too.
Yeah, and a couple more now.
Say a case.
Say a case or so, yeah, give or take.
Just, you know,
Fire trucks. Or
all
like,
in control.
So
The city is
Emerson
burned.
Imports.
We could go to Emerson Imports before the end of
just
the day.
relax back in
And the
there.
bar's
It
probably
is 8
open all
o'clock.
night. I bet.
Probably not by the end. I mean, it's got to be at least
It's probably about 9 o'clock
Yeah.
at night now. You might have.
Well, we should start with the bar then, and then
Yeah.
The bar might be open.
tomorrow.
Is the bar? This is after Prohibition then?
No, this is during Prohibition.
Okay, so
It's-
there's
it's
just
a-
like a bar.
It's a
It's a milk bar.
It's a speakeasy.
A juice bar.
Okay,
It's a barber
and
shop with a
and
back room.
it's a bar, and they label their matchbooks. Check it out, it's a bar.
Okay, how are you gonna find
Come
this
find me,
bar?
police.
It says Shanghai Fun and Friends, and they didn't
it
say.
says 10 Lantern Street.
10 Lantern Street.
You can just get a cab to take us there.
I'm still just at
Okay,
the
so you
hotel,
guys get
apparently,
a
since
get a
nobody's
cab
told me.
then?
There's a couple
Yeah,
cabs
I'm just
or
kind of
whatever.
hanging out too.
Yeah.
I'm back at the hotel now. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, he takes you to 10 Lantern Street. I'm not sure.
So you wanna
if
play
it is
cards, or-
10 Lantern Street
Yeah.
not, but it's residential.
Go
There's no
fish.
bar there.
I'm gonna use my disguise, by the way. It's time for the sailor.
What if someone give me an idea roll? That is one of you three.
Idea roll.
Idea roll. I'll roll it.
Well, you can all roll.
I have it.
idea. It's not Dick for this.
Two of us
I
are
rolled
here.
a 3.
Two of us are
Yay!
missing.
I
Roll
passed
it.
my idea roll
Yeah.
It does say Shanghai Fun and Friends
It does.
on the house.
It's
on
it's a
the
theme
on the
bar.
Matchbox.
Oh.
And then also it's like, oh, now I.
What?
Is there a red light out front?
Right, I don't
It's in
understand.
Shanghai. It's not New York.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a
Should have
problem.
thought about
That's
that
the
before I
idea.
paid money for this cab.
Yeah. Thanks, Governor.
We didn't.
I'm surprised there's a 10 Lantern Street in New York.
I'm not sure there is.
And if there is, it might be on fire right now.
Apparently this taxi driver
Okay, Google.
seems to think there is.
Alright.
Yeah, Cortana. I need to ask you a
10
question.
Lantern
Go
Street.
back to the hotel.
Yeah,
Okay.
the plaza.
Hey guys, what happened? How's Jackson?
I'm dressed as a sailor again.
Roll disguise.
We have some terrible news.
What happened?
Jackson
okay.
They know who I am
You
anyway.
got a striped shirt on.
dead.
Yeah.
No, not Jackson.
But since you guys didn't see the disemboweled body, you don't need sanity rolls.
He was always going to end up dead anyway. I mean, honestly. What are you guys insane for? He traveled around the world, going in dangerous places, talking to dangerous people, doing dangerous things, and hanging out with people like me.
But he died in New York, not in any of those places.
Yeah, New York's the worst of them. You ever watch Gangs in New York?
Man, I can't wait till that movie gets made.
Yeah, I know. They're like right down the street. It happened like last year.
Well, with that, I leave these things on the table and I go to my own room.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Well, I don't like to drink alone. You in there? Come on, you know it's true.
I'll pull out my
I know it's really
sweet
good for
extended cigarette
insanity.
thing and grab one of the
Oh,
matches from the
Irish
matchbook.
I open the door just enough to get my stuff out.
Have a little coffee, a little gin. There you go.
Your coffee. Is the coffee done?
Yeah.
Oh, there's coffee. I'm getting coffee.
Excuse me. Just for Jackson.
So I guess.
I pour a little bit on the floor.
Pouring out for the homies.
For the homies we've lost.
So do we just want to go to Emerson
I'm gonna
Airport?
go
or
grab
do we want to
some
look
coffee,
what it
too.
is?
I forgot.
Look up, try to find out more about it.
We should probably look to see right?
This mug's up here.
But yeah, but you know, if this really is in Shanghai, it's really gonna be hard to
Could be
find.
in Sedus.
Not to mention the police told us not to leave town in a hurry, so
Exactly.
or told you guys actually.
That's true.
Some of
I
us,
wasn't there. I could leave whenever I want.
yeah. Completely unrelated to the entire thing.
Yeah, I did nothing. I was never there.
Yeah. Well, the police don't know we were there. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, they do. But they know I was escorted off.
Fingerprint technology hasn't been invented yet, so.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
but there's all
they
kinds of
were-
witnesses because we all walked into the lobby of the.
All
It was really
hearsay.
bad.
Database.
Yeah, it wasn't data.
Witnesses aren't hearsay.
They
No, they just store it in case they found somebody and then they would compare the two.
Yeah.
They didn't have a database of
It
them.
was a matching. They had to have
We
two
haven't-
peoples.
Yeah. They had to have the actual person and
What they think the actual person touched. It's not like now. It's like, we'll just get every fingerprint.
I
every
know.
day.
I love this.
I did a double take. I was like, three
It's not multiple mugs. Holy crap!
It was my Disneyland mug.
That's so sweet.
That's awesome.
I have several now.
I like that one because it's bigger and can hold more.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I steal your mug?
No, that's Shannon's.
Shannon, I'm sorry.
So, hold on, Tevron's back. But right now, you guys are all back at the.
Yeah, just
The plaza.
recouping
Plaza?
off of.
The plaza.
I fell from I don't know how many stories out. I guess four stories. You know.
Oh yeah, if anyone's got first aid, you can try to fix.
Well, I made that second jump and made
Danny's
one
the guy
point
with
of
first
damage.
aid.
Doesn't I forget how.
First
long
aid, you can do one first aid roll for every wound that you take.
Well, what the heck? Might as well.
If you attempt it though and you fail, no one else can try to fix that wound. I mean, it'll gradually get better, or you can go to a hospital or something. But
Right. Well, I mean, I've only took 1 point of damage, so it's not.
yeah.
there's
But
still-
you can get a
I think I'm
check
gonna
for
try
the
and do
skill.
it too.
Yeah, well, that's no. I'm gonna try. I'm just
By the
saying,
way, did we
if I
check for
fail-
the jump that we got?
Uh,
Should we not check that?
I'm gonna say no. That
Okay.
was more of a survival thing.
Okay. I think I'll roll
I
my.
don't make it.
I think I'll roll my first aid too.
Okay.
Let me see. First aid, 30%. Let's try it. 92. I think I just injured myself more.
Why'd you put the bandage on your head?
You
got
got
hurt on
Far
your
Cry
leg.
2 where they jam the knife in your arm and pull it out and get the bullet out of there.
Yeah.
Like, that is not effective. I don't know what they've been watching, but
Yeah. So
Some old Arnold
that was
Schwarzenegger.
unfortunate.
Okay, so are you guys gonna wait till the next morning to do something, or
I think our plan was
Who wants to go
wait till
clubbing?
the next morning and then go to Emerson Imports.
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Okay. Yeah. Sounds
It's the
good.
next morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morrow.
morning.
Do not speak so loud.
How's it going?
I tell you what, Wilhelm opened his door for some coffee quite a bit last night.
Very long.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to the other place, the imports or whatever.
Emerson Imports.
Emerson Imports. Let's go. We're chugging along.
Do we want to like check public records first?
Shall we?
Let's
Whatever
go
you
to
guys
the
wanna do.
library?
To the library.
The
I'm
library.
going to spend my vacation at the
Well,
library.
then we can
Okay,
send someone to the.
Okay, I've got
there
a good
are
library
6 of
skill.
you.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'll do library. I've got quite a good library
I got a
skill,
pretty
so-
decent library score too. I'll go to the library.
okay,
I have a
so
really
And I
poor
saw the
library
symbol.
skill, so I'm not going there.
You saw the
Yeah,
symbol?
mine's-
I saw the symbol.
so you two are going to the library.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah.
Would you just
talk
suggest-
to his publisher?
Yeah.
Go speak with the publisher. It was
Jonah Kensington, I believe.
Jonah Kensington.
Yeah, he'd probably know what he was up to.
Jerky. Jerkson.
Pay for my car.
He wouldn't pay for the car?
Well, should we go to that?
We missed the
Okay.
first boat.
You guys, you know, I guess we'll go check out the publisher.
Okay. And we're at
I'll
the
go with
library.
Down to the library.
It seems like fun.
Okay, so
Here you go, Jefferson.
we've got 2 groups. One of you is going to the publisher. One of you is going to the library.
There should be another
Well,
group going to
I-
the imports place, right?
If you guys are
we'll
going to
all
look up
go
the
to the
imports
import this
place,
We'll all meet up there.
then we can do that.
yeah, we'll all
later,
do the imports
And
and
after you've looked it up.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that then. All right.
We'll start with the library crew.
Okay.
You're at the
I'm
library.
trying to remember how this worked. Because
You can ask for help. You can
I'm gonna ask.
just.
I'm gonna ask the librarian.
okay.
Okay.
Hey, do you have any books on occultist symbols?
You should be talking more feminine.
Hey, do you have any books on occultist symbols?
There you go.
Oh yes, that would be in the back of the library.
Where?
Is there
in the back
anything-
of the library?
The librarian sort of walks you back to a section that seems sparse, and there's not very many people back there. There's a few titles. Let's see. She asks if there's something specific that you're looking for.
Mainly like a book of symbols. I
Okay,
saw a
symbols.
symbol recently.
Is there a particular cult or people group that you are interested in that I can help you look for?
Just show it to her.
Well, I can draw it for you, but I don't really know where it originated from. Probably Asian.
Okay. Yeah, so you draw it for her then?
Yep.
Okay. She sort of
You
looks
draw a
at
picture of you two together under the sun.
it, looking at a moon that's the symbol that was carved into her eyes.
Sometimes I get carried away. I'm sorry.
She says, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I mean, I could look for you. She basically says it's going to be in this general area.
All right, thank you. I'll look myself. Thank you. I'll take some time out. Do I do a library roll?
Yeah, so you guys can do a
Cool.
library use roll.
We have so much fun with the publisher guy.
96.
6.
Not doing well
Cameron
on
got
my rolls
83.
today.
No, I got a 43, but
43 out of
10.
no, I got 19 plus 25.
No, you have 19 total.
No, you have 25% plus the 19, right?
I always put my total down there.
Yeah, I always feel with it.
Oh, that
would make more
That would
sense.
make more
Yeah.
sense. But yeah,
Let's
it's
do it.
25
Yeah.
plus 19.
I
Which.
put what I added
Mm,
in the blank space and you
Yeah.
put the total.
I've got this. Yeah.
Because I did the same thing at first. And
Oh, so you got 20. So
I think I
Cam-
made it actually.
You
I
did.
did not make it.
You did. Because the first was like,
Right,
you have
right,
19
right at the
somehow.
cusp.
So you have like a negative. So Cameron did actually make it.
Cameron made it. Okay.
Yeah, I made it by 1.
I can't
Nice.
believe you had to add that by hand. It's 44. Engineer.
Can't do mental math.
So how long are you spending at the library?
Until
We got there
have
at like
to meet
9, and we are gonna meet him at noon. So I guess we're gonna stay there for
up
like.
for 3
Okay,
hours.
so you're able to find in 3 hours. You can find that it looks like it originated from a cult that originated in Africa.
So not Asian.
That makes a lot of
So
sense.
that's what you can find in 3 hours.
Considering
You can spend
Jackson
more
was
time
in
if you want. You
Africa.
can come back and try to learn more, but that's what you got for 3 hours.
How about I go meet up and you keep looking? Yeah. How does that sound?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll
I
stay
will,
here.
Since you're the one who can succeed at
So
library.
you're on a roll. You're,
Here. Haha, you're on a roll.
I didn't even know what I did. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, so the rest of you are at Jonah Kensington's office, Prospero Press. If I can find that page.
I just want to run in and say Soccer Presses. Even though it's a book publisher.
Okay, so yeah, you guys, I take it you're taking a cab. He takes you to Prospero House.
Yeah,
a
I may have
publisher.
pushed my other car into a ditch.
Okay, so you're taking a cab. So Prospero Press is located on Lexington
Don't give me that
Avenue
look.
near 35th Street. It's it's a small building, 2-story building. There's stairs. It's very laid back. It looks like it's not a very huge publishing company. There's writers that are on the bottom floor that are kind of working on their stuff. And
What was the guy's name again? Kensington?
Jonah Kensington. He's on the upper floor. His office is on the 2nd floor.
I'm going to try this a different way, guys. Hey, we're here looking for Mr. Jonah Kensington. We have news of one of his writers that we think you'd like to hear.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, the
wall.
person at the front.
What?
Some guy. There's got to be like a receptionist,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. So Mr. Kensington's right upstairs. He doesn't seem
I
very
just speak it
concerned.
into the air.
Yeah, he's not really concerned. He's busy with his work. He says Kensington's upstairs. He's going up.
Trudge.
Okay. Hi, what can I do for you?
Hey, we have news. What was his name again? Elias, right? Yeah, Elias is dead.
Kensington sits down. He's
Oh yeah, you should sit down for this. We got the news.
he sits down. He says, "How did it happen?"
I wasn't there. Harry? Wilhelm?
Yeah.
Thank you. He was unfortunately killed by what we believe were cultists who cut him open and spread his.
Eviscerated. You're a publisher, right? That's the word you like.
And the symbol was carved in his skull.
I can't say that I'm surprised. He's always been one to push the envelope.
I'm not saying I was surprised.
I can't say I'm surprised. He does look. He's shaken. He's kind of. You can tell he's sort of emotional about it. Jackson Elias was his friend and one of his best authors. He said, "That's terrible news. I'm sorry. What can I do for you?"
We're just wondering to know if you knew what he was working on, so we could avenge him.
Yeah, he's
He's really laid back.
whatever you'd like to do. Elias was following the Carlisle expedition. He was following in the footsteps. He's been going all over the world trying to track down exactly what's happened. Last I heard from him, he said he needed an advance. I sent that to him. He said he was coming to New York. He had big news.
Yeah, he came to New York.
Yeah, obviously. Take it.
Yeah, do you know anything about the Stumbling Tiger Bar in Shanghai and/or Emerson Imports, which I believe is just down the street?
Emerson Imports is in New York. It's just down the street. I don't know much about it. I'm sorry. The bar. You know Elias. He was all over the place. He knew people from every creed.
He was a fellow alcoholic.
Correct.
I respect him.
Yeah, he was. Guy was a lush. The last we'd heard from him was he was in Nairobi. Was the last thing I heard before he headed to New York.
Do any of your other writers know him or might know? I mean, do you have did you have a editor that was working with him that might have seen any latest transcripts that he might have had? I mean, you got a lot of guys down there that must all be editors, right?
They're all writers. They're all kind of working on their own stuff. I was his editor. I was his. I'd like to say his friend as well as his editor.
Brutal.
It's pretty rough, the news you just threw on me like that.
Well, people like it straight usually.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You want some gin?
No, thank you. He sips his cup of coffee.
Sounds like he's already got some.
I'll catch you later.
So you'd mentioned transcripts, or I'm afraid he didn't have...
Well, I was just wondering if he telegraphed back any of his rough drafts of anything. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if you're the editor, he'd be sitting back copy to see what you think of what he was working,
Yeah, he had all these crazy theories, and he did. He'd often send stuff back to me. Give me just a second. I'll see what I can find. So he kind of goes over to a file cabinet. He's looking through it. He kind of hesitates a little bit.
Okay.
He stops. He looks in the file cabinet.
Put the hose away.
He hands you a stack of papers that are paper clipped together, and he says, "This is basically these are his notes from Nairobi. That was the last thing that he sent back to me. And there's a bunch of papers there. Those are the highlights.
Yeah, I'll let you guys read this. I've already told you. Thank you, though. I didn't read any books. Didn't read much of a lot of things.
Let's see. I'll try to summarize this for you guys.
I'm kidding. I will read it. No, I won't.
So the notes sort of highlight he went to the massacre site at the in Africa where the Carlisle expedition was killed. He's hesitant to believe some of the things that the report stated. Let's see. He discounts the official version of the Carlisle massacre. The second page, he describes the trip to the site. The notes that the earth was completely barren. All the tribes of the region avoid the place, saying it is cursed by the god of the black winds, whose home is the mountaintop. The third page
So there's a mountain.
is an interview with Johnston Kenyatta, who says that the Carlisle murders may have been performed by the cult of the Bloody Tongue. He says that the cult reputedly is based in the mountains, and that its high priestess is a part of the Mountain of the Black Winds. Elias is politely skeptical, but Kenyatta insists upon the point. In quotes, Elias records, "The regional tribes fear and hate the bloody tongue. Their tribal magic is of no protection against the cult, and that the cult's god is not of Africa." Let's see.
Do you think he's from Hong Kong?
Or Shanghai. I'm not there. I can't talk.
Sure you can.
I just said.
I can hear your name whispering.
I'm just in the library. Or Shanghai.
Yeah. It sounds like this when you realize having portable comms from China.
So the notes attribute kidnappings and stuff in the area to the cult of the Bloody Tongue. In a single sheet, reminding Elias that the Cairo-based portion of the Carlisle itinerary must be examined carefully. He believes that the reason which prompted Carlisle Carlisle's Kenyan side trip is on the Nile. And then 6 and 7.
Denial.
6 and 7 are looks like a long interview with a leader of the men who found the remains of the Carlisle expedition and a Kenyan hand since the Great War and the fight against the resourceful von Leto. Importantly, so remarkably, the bodies were undecayed for a length of time, in which they laid open, almost as if decay itself wouldn't come near the place.
Ooh.
Secondly, the men had been torn apart as if by animals, though what sort of animals would pull bodies apart so systematically he could not guess. Unimaginable, inexplicable. Let's see. The guy he's interviewing agrees that the Nandis may have had something to do with the episode, but suspects that the charges against the ringleaders were trumped up. So basically he's assuming that the people that got executed for the murders weren't the ones that probably did it. Let's see. And then the last one. Oh, okay. Yeah, the last one. He interviews someone, and basically it is someone claims to have seen Jack Brady alive, who was a member of the Carlisle expedition. Oh, and there's 8. In set 8, he discusses a possible structure for the Carlisle book, but is mostly featureless with entries like tell what happened and explain why. So yeah, you guys can read that more if you'd like, but that's the gist of what he hands over.
To Hong Kong. For no specific reason other than the fact that I like Hong Kong.
Is there anything else you want to ask him, or
Has
you guys? You know what? Why don't you can roll a psychology
I was gonna say,
check too if you like.
has he lately seemed, when you've talked to him, okay? He seemed very worried and very anxious when we talked to him on the phone the other day. Has he seemed a little off, more not nearly as carefree as he used to be?
Yeah, I know.
Jonah Kensington sort of glances the sides.
With us?
Yeah,
you have
he seemed a
psychology?
little
Yeah,
bit
roll,
more.
roll the psych.
I have 75.
He was a little bit more anxious than usual towards the end.
Oh, 28. He passes the psych.
He's definitely not wanting to tell you something.
Can I get the hose out now, guys?
It's not that he's like trying to hold anything back. It's almost he's uncomfortable with the idea of Jackson being
Dead.
not dead, but towards the end being more nervous than usual. That kind of makes him uncomfortable to talk about.
The more you tell us, the more we'll be able to avenge his death. Revenge, even. Revengeance will be ours.
Look, Jackson was a good friend, but I'm more concerned, about my publishing house and about the way it would reflect if one of my authors turned out to be insane. And I just don't know if I can trust you guys.
Listen.
We've known him for years. 5 years ago that we went down to Mexico with him.
He sort of, that was you?
No, I kind of brushed my leopard. I got this one in Bangladesh.
But let's face it, you might be right, but we might be able to clear him. And how much are you going to sell if you can say one of your authors died while actually exposing a cult that killed well-known New York socialites?
Well, he wasn't working on exposing the cult necessarily. He was following the whole... His book was going to be about the Carlisle expedition. I mean, if someone could finish his work, then maybe we might be talking.
Sure.
We've got a forger here. He can do it.
On your first skills, but even if we can get you first-hand reports, you have to have someone here who could finish that up and write it, even if we're not skilled enough.
Yeah, I mean, I could even write it myself. It's a book people would read. It's something that we would definitely be interested in.
So let's put it this way: as a business proposition, what are you willing to tell us to get first-hand accounts and get this all solved one way or the other?
And if turns out he was crazy, we just won't say anything.
That's true.
He's hesitant. He sort of stops and says, there was one other file. This was the last of the file of the reports that Elias sent. It was handwritten.
Ooh. I can't read that at all.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but
It's worse than my handwriting.
that's the worst handwriting I've ever seen.
There you go,
No,
Andy.
okay, that's not
I'm gonna give it to
mine.
the guy with the glasses. Oh, is it on the back too? Oh,
That's
yeah.
a copy of from the book. I can read it to you. I've got it.
Names, many forms, all the same, and they're kind of like hacked off, I think. Should I scream?
Okay, here, I'll read it. Many names, many forms, but all the same, and toward one end. Need help, too big, too ghastly. These dreams like Carlyle's? Check that psychoanalyst's files. All of them survived. They'll open the gate. Why? So the power and the danger is real. They, many threads, beginning. The books are in Carlyle's safe. Coming for me. Will the ocean protect? Ho ho, no quitters now. Must tell and make readers believe. Should I scream for them? Let's scream together. And that's it. Kensington says you can see why I was hesitant to hand those over.
I can understand.
This is what my journal looks like.
Jigsaw, where did you get this?
It sounds like he's writing poetry to me.